Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Optics in Action, where we spotlight leaders with vision and clarity. And today I'm super excited to have Uyi Abraham. He is the founder of Vonza. It's they do software for creators, is my understanding. And I think we're gonna have a great conversation. We were talking a few minutes before this and getting to know each other. And I'm really excited to talk to you today about people and process and vision and clarity. So welcome, Uyi. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for having me. I've been looking forward to be on your show today. And yeah, so for everybody watching, I'm Uyi Abraham. I'm the founder of Vonza.com. Vonza is a software for creators, coaches, and entrepreneurs to sell online. So pretty much is a give them all the tools they need to run their business online. So prior to Vonza, I was born and raised in Nigeria. So I came to America a few years ago with just only $100 and a suitcase of clothes. So I came in search of the American dream. So thank God I am living the American dream today. And with somebody watching right now, if you were born and raised in America, let me tell you right now, you were born in the greatest country in the world. It's not perfect, no country is perfect, but this is the land of opportunities, and that's where I wanted to come. So I came with just $100 and a suitcase of clothes. My first job, I was working at the movie theater. I was making $6.15 an hour, and I thought I was very wealthy because coming from Africa, where by $1, most people live on less than $2 a day. So imagine making $6 an hour. I felt like I was one of the richest person in my neighborhood back home in Africa, but coming to America, I said that things, you got to work hard for what you want and what you need and what you desire. So from there, working at the movie theater, started doing all kind of different jobs until about maybe 10 years ago, I saw that the way of the future for entrepreneurs was online. And then I created a course, and that course, was difficulty scaling it because I needed several different tools to tie them all together. And that's where the idea for Vonza came about. So God's been good to me from $100 to now we have a software that's valued at millions of dollars. And more importantly, we're helping thousands of creators, mom and dad, anybody with a passion or knowledge to make money online using our software.
That is fantastic. What an amazing story. I love the background and context of where you came from and where you started. I think it is really powerful and really impactful. I've lived in other countries, traveled throughout Asia, Europe, and
Mhm.
even one trip to Africa. And I think you're absolutely right about opportunity that I it's just so amazing to hear the opportunity that you found, the
Yeah.
opportunity that you created, because I mean you've
Mhm.
got this software for creators, but you are
Yeah.
also a creator in the context
Myself.
that you created this system.
Yeah.
And so I think that's really super powerful and really quite a testimony.
Yeah, it is, and yeah, so America is amazing, land of opportunities, because growing up in Africa, there was so much poverty, there's a lot of lack, there's no governmental assistance whatsoever. In Africa, if you're poor, you're really, really poor, and nobody's there to help you. No financial aid, no food stamp, no Section 8, nothing whatsoever. So we were raised whereby I was raised with my grandma. She was raising literally over 15 children in the same house. And so I remember that I never ate a full boiled yolk of egg, except maybe it was Christmas, Easter, or I was really sick, right? So to eat fried egg with two slices of bread and tea, I had to literally pretend I was sick so that grandma would go the extra mile to get me wherever I want to eat, right? So that's how bad things was, We coming to America, then I started going to right up. First, I was working jobs. Then I realized that no job was made to make the employee rich, only the employers. And so I just knew that entrepreneurship was the way. And I became a creator. I was teaching online, selling courses and coaching programs, And one good thing that the internet has done is made it possible that somebody like me, born in Africa with an accent, can still build a successful business, or somebody in Chicago, in Wisconsin, doesn't matter. Anybody who have the knowledge, a passion, or an expertise can literally teach another person that, and they will pay you for that. So when I noticed that, I decided to learn tax preparation. Then I created a course teaching people how to start tax preparation businesses. And then from there, it just evolved to seeing that the software out there was not really built for creators, it was built for technical minds. So I decided, okay, I'm going to solve that problem for creators like me, making it simple for them to just do what they do best, which is
Yeah.
they just want to help people and make income. They don't want to deal with the tech. So
Yep.
that's how we started Vonza. Yeah.
This is a really compelling story. So tell us a little bit more when you say software for creators. Tell me a little bit more about what that means to you and how that creates value for these coaches, consultants, for people who become part of that ecosystem. How does it create value? And tell me a little bit more about what it is that and how it works.
Yeah, so pretty much, a creator will need a software to run their business online. So before Vonza, they had to pay for like 10 tools that were not really good and try to patch them all together to work so that it will create, value for them. So what Vonza really does well is the all-in-one software. So the only tool a creator will need is Vonza to run their entire business online. How?
Mhm.
We give them website builder. They can build a website with our software. They can create and sell courses, create and sell digital podcasts or products. They can create a community. It's one of our leading features right now because the whole world is coming back into connectivity, right? Social media was supposed to unite us, but it really divided us, right? It's hard to get real friends online now. So now creators are moving into community. People want relationships now, not just to buy courses or products. So they can build their community on Vonza and a bunch of other tools that they need to run their business online. So what does that mean? If you, like right now, you are a dope podcaster, right? There are a lot of people that they want to do podcasting, but they don't know where to start. They don't know what tool to use. They don't know what software to use. They don't have the confidence
Yeah.
to talk on camera, and they need to really do that fast. So how does that work for you as a creator? You can take that knowledge, create some short videos or PDFs, turn it to an online course in a community, and you can literally sell your podcasting course for anywhere from $99 on the low end to even $5,000 on the high end, right? So why would people buy your course? Because you have something they need. You have a solution. They want to learn podcasting. They don't want to go through the ups and downs and trying to figure out on their own. They want somebody who's done that, been there, and have the t-shirt for it. So that you just give them the shortcut so they'll buy your course. So that's one of the ways we help creators. They're usually selling their knowledge, their skill, expertise, or some form of service, and also physical person bonds. And we've seen creators who are sometimes their goal just $1,000 a month to those who are doing over $100,000 every single month on Vonza. So it's just like we help creators to help their dreams to flourish by giving them easy to use software to help them to help people and make income at the same time.
That's a fantastic approach, right? You have created a platform where that solves the challenge that a lot of folks have,
Yeah.
and I can definitely see how that creates value and where it does. So do you help are there additional support or helps that you give to the consultants in terms of their marketing of their of you know of the system that they have or the marketing of their training, those types of things like so
Mhm.
a lot of people have ideas,
Mhm.
but they don't have, I think you sort of referred to it, they may not have the confidence or they may not have all of the details worked out. So
Mhm.
if a person was wanting to create a training, they could
Mhm.
create the series of videos or something like that. So now they have a product, right? They have a
Mhm.
concept, they have a product. How do they
Mhm.
market it? Is that something you also help them with, or is it primarily the platform kind of just for the creation and the sharing and selling of knowledge and courses and things like that?
Yes, yes. So that's a very, very good question. Yeah, so we help them too. So we have a free online course, right, that we give to everybody who joins the platform to help them to create, market, and sell their courses and digital products on the platform, because a lot of people too, they're really good at what they do, but sometimes they don't have the skill, they don't have the expertise, they are shy talking to people. So we help them to do that. Then we also help them too by promoting their business as well. So every month we take a couple of new creators on our platform and we share them to our list of thousands of people to say, hey, check out this new creator, look at what they have going on. And that way we're also helping them to make more sales as well. So these are some ways we are doing, but for a lot of people, it's just teaching them how to sell. Like for me, for example, I used to be very poor even when I came to America. The highest I made at a job was like maybe 12 or $13 an hour, which was not enough to take care of my bills. But I lacked the confidence in selling, partly because of my accent, and I just didn't know how to sell. So what I did was I invested in coaches and mentors, and they began to help me on the psychology of selling, helping me walk over my confidence issues, helping me pronounce words better. And then by just doing that tweak, now I'm able to sell, I make a lot of money for myself and, and for my team as well, right? Because I learned to sell. So we do help them. It's very hands-on, and we have 24/7 customer support as well. So if anybody needs help, we are the only software in our niche that I know of that offers personalized service. That means anybody can request at any time and say, hey, can somebody get on a Zoom call with me to help me with this or walk me through that? And we'll be happy to oblige because we really, really care about creators. Creators are those who are going to change the world. They're the ones changing the world right now because jobs are failing, schools are failing, right? So creators are the
Yeah.
ones making impact, teaching people things that they did not learn in school.
Yeah. There's a quote that popped into my mind, and I don't remember who the person was who said it, but there's a famous quote that says, never underestimate the power of a few people to change the world. In
Mhm.
fact, that's the only thing that ever has. And I think that as you think about creators, right, the market that you're selling to, the market that you're enabling are people who want to change the world, who want to make an impact. It may not be, change, world peace or something, but they have some idea that they want to, bring to the world. They want to help improve people's lives. They want to change things, and you're providing this platform to enable them. I know a lot of consultants and coaches who just don't feel comfortable selling. They have an
Yeah,
idea, they want to help people, they want to sell, they want to do things, but they don't feel comfortable with that sales process and
yeah.
sales psychology. So you have some trainings already that enable them and support them.
Exactly. Exactly. Trainings and also offer one-on-one support as well to help them to run their business online because that's the only way we can empower creators, and that we're really passionate about it because that's what changed my life. It was entrepreneurship. It was being a creator. So I know it
Yeah.
can change the life of anybody else.
Yeah. So what are the typically I like talking to people, to leaders and owners and founders like yourself who about the intersection of people and process. Oftentimes we've got to recruit the right people into our business to help us, and we have to establish the right processes to enable those people to perform. So how does the Vonza platform help creators to enable them to perform, like create a process? So as you talked about how it's
Yeah,
got multiple,
yeah,
it replaces lots of different programs or
Yeah.
platforms or apps that somebody would have to figure out. Like how did you bring all that together to create a process that enables those creators to perform?
Very, very good question. Wow, man, you have the best questions. You have the best questions. Yeah, very, very good questions. So we do that. We empower creators in multiple ways. The number one way is by making the software very, very easy to use, right? Because a lot of creators are not techie people. They're not, they're not developers or computer engineers. The rule for Vonza, we have a 60-second rule on Vonza. Every single tool on Vonza needs to be usable from start to finish in 60 seconds. That means literally you should be able to create and launch a digital product, a course, a community, or whatever in 60 seconds, or we're going to keep improving it until it's 60 seconds. So one of the best ways we empower creators through Vonza is making it so simple to use. That's one. Then two, we have a ton of free courses and coaching programs to help them to be successful in their business. That's another one. Then also two, we do a lot of, we have an event coming up in Atlanta called Vonza Fest, whereby we're bringing creators from all over the country. You are invited, Ryan, too, right? In Atlanta for 2 days. Maybe you can come teach on podcasting or something, We bring them to Atlanta for 2 days. So we teach them, we train them, we feed them, we empower them, and also too, we also empower them too by also helping them promote their business too, helping them market their business as well. And many times that's what creators do. They just want an easy software. They want you to help them market and they want you to teach or train them on how to better serve their customers. And that's what we do with Vonza. We just make it so easy, simple, and enticing, right?
This,
So,
yeah, that's definitely one thing I've learned. So we have a software platform we call Optics. It's very different and very different in terms of what it does and how it does it than what you've described. Our software platform is about helping companies to align their people and processes better together so that they can make a more scalable business and things like that. But it's not about the about this development for creators and things like that. It's much more
mhm,
about sort of the mid-size, small to mid-size companies in manufacturing or construction or things like that. And one of the things I learned, the reason I tell that story, one of the things I learned was the first version of our software platform, it required it required 3 or 4 steps just to get somebody set up in the system, and then and they had to interact with people on my team, and then once they were set up in the system, it would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clicks to get to a place, and they had to know which clicks to make. It was not
yeah,
intuitive. It was not simple. And once we really started seeing how people were using our system and using it more and more, we completely eliminated all that stuff on the front end. And it's like there's one landing page, put in your name, email address, and then the moment that you click the link and you come into the system, you have these 6 buttons that you need to begin your journey. And I think that simplified onboarding that
mhm,
simplified that 60-second rule. I love what you said about that
yeah,
because it's so important for people. Otherwise, they get confused and they don't use it, and they if it's too complex, if it doesn't enable them to do something, they'll just stop using it, right? It's not
yeah,
helpful.
yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah. So how do you make the onboarding process? What does your onboarding process for a new customer look like? A new creator who comes into your system, and they want to get started. Is
Mhm.
there an onboarding call? Is there, how do you typically get started with people and onboarding them into Vonza?
Very good question. So what we do is that one, first, make it so simple. We have a set of videos they watch when they come on to Vonza to teach them the ins and outs of Vonza. Then also two, we also send them a series of emails for them to book a demo call, onboarding call if they need to. The interesting in the Vonza platform is so simple that only about 30% really book the call. But if they book a call, somebody's happy to get on that call with them and show them around, and we allocate about 15 to 20 minutes of onboarding call for each person. Then also too, within that 14 days on Vonza, first 14 days, we also send them emails as well to see if they need anything or they need onboarding or they need help. So those are some things that we have done that have helped our customer in terms of onboarding. Then we also offer a 14-day free trial as well. So for somebody that just want to maybe check it out, so it's risk-free, 14 days, you don't have to pay anything, but it does require a credit card to try it out, but there's no charge whatsoever, just to make sure that they are really serious about it. Then if they don't like it, they can cancel within 14 days and they're not charged at all.
Yep. And is this so yeah, I love your process brain that makes it, as simple as possible
Simple.
and draws people in. How do they do you have is it a subscription model then, or how's the what are
Yes,
the options in terms of
yes,
charging models and things like that for
yes.
people to move forward?
Yes, so imagine too that Vonza does so much, right? It replaces the need for many tools. With Vonza, you get a website, you sell courses, digital product, physical product, community, funnels, scheduling, pretty much 12 tools in one. So we have three main plans. We have a $99 plan, $199 and $499. So a lot of people who are just starting, they usually start with a $99 a month plan, or some who are ready to scale or grow, then they go into our $199 a month, right? So only $100 a month or $200 a month, that's all you need to pay to grow your entire business. And we don't take any cuts from what our creators make on our platform. So whether you make 1,000 or 100,000 or $1 million, we don't take any cut. All is just the subscription, monthly subscription is all you pay, and then the profit is 100% yours.
That's fantastic. It sounds like it's intriguing. I definitely have to check it out now.
Definitely, you
You know,
should.
because I think, it's always interesting to me to, software. I believe very strongly that software is useful to the extent that it enables people to do something that creates value. And
Yes,
so it sounds like you've figured out that switch, right? You've figured out
yes,
that niche that you're in that
yes,
enables creators to do something or do maybe multiple things more effectively and efficiently than they could otherwise do. And
yeah,
that's the magic of business, I think, right? Is
yes,
figuring out how to create value for people.
yes, definitely so.
Well, awesome. Well, it has been a pleasure speaking with you, Uyi. And I'm definitely interested in chatting more. I'm sure the folks in our audience, as this gets released in the near future, that they will find a lot of benefit in this conversation. And I'm sure that many of them would love to learn more or check out more about Vonza. How do they find you? How do they find Vonza? What's the best way for them to get in touch?
Very good question. So is Vonza.com, is V for Victor, Vonza, Vonza.com. You can find me there on the About Us page on Vonza. You can read more about my story. You can follow me on social media. All my social media handles are on the About Us page on Vonza.com. And if you are a creator, a coach, an entrepreneur, or somebody who just want to make extra money online, and you will need a good software and training to help you do that. So Vonza will be that software and training program that will help you and empower you to do so. And here's the best part. You can even sign up for 14 days free trial, absolutely no charge, for free. You can use our software for free for 14 days, and see if you like it or not. So if you're out there, you want to really make more income and impact in 2024, so go right now to Vonza.com and start a free trial.
Fantastic. Well, thank you again, Uyi, for being on Optics in Action podcast, where we spotlight leaders with vision and clarity. It's very clear to me that you have vision and clarity, and the
Yeah.
story that you shared of where you came from and how you are fulfilling this vision and the clarity that you have around where you're going is really amazing. So I just want to say thank you to you and to our audience for listening to this episode of Optics in Action.
Thank you for having me, Ryan.